The terms themselves are very difficult and loaded about what counts as destruction or violence and what you count as police use of force. And those definitions themselves seem to be at the heart over the sort of political and cultural battle over what the protests themselves mean.
That's absolutely right. And sociologists, social scientists more generally have had to come up with criteria where a protest that is, coded as violent is one in which there's significant injury or death or, arson. But it's got to cross the threshold. And as you mentioned, 93% of these events have been peaceful. And that really has, I think, allowed the Black Lives Matter movement to capture a kind of moral high ground in the country in the larger debate.
Okay. So this is really the game we're going to play, huh? 93% of BLM, as I've been saying, they claim is peaceful. But, Pearl Harbor, for 364 days of 1941, 364 out of 365, was a very beautiful place. Great weather. There was one really bad day on December 7th. But, other than that, Pearl Harbor was, a pretty quiet, peaceful place. Yes, there was the aftermath. How about this? 11 out of 12 months of 1941, Pearl Harbor was a great place to be. Lots of sunshine. There was one bad month. Come on. 1 out of 12? Big deal, right? This is what they're doing. There's going to be no end to this. Just prepare for this. The lies they will tell to you, the way that they will make you think. How could it be possible that I disagree so much with people who seem so certain and that they claim the facts are on their side during all of this is even more astonishing. They want you to question what you know to be true. Just like in the old Soviet Union, one of the great methods of control was to have you lie about the little things. Right? In totalitarian societies, they don't just want you to bend the knee when the emperor, so to speak, rolls on by. They want you to admit that bread is a potato. They want you to think that up is down. They want you to be incapable of separating lies from truth in your own mind just by inundating you with lies and by forcing you piece by piece, because of the coercion they use, to agree with the lies they're telling. Even if you know they're untrue, but eventually you will confuse yourself. Eventually you'll say, well, how many of these stories can they run? Are all of the stories they're saying about Trump lies? Are all of these things? And the answer is, depending on what we're talking about, with Russia collusion, for example, yes, it's all a lie. All of it. There was no collusion. It's a figment of their imaginations. It's a fabrication. But they think, on the one hand, they will have make their followers very happy by doing this. And on the other hand, they will also force all of us to sit back and say, are we sure? That's what they want you to do. Just doubt it for a little bit. Doubt for a second. For a day, perhaps the day of the election, that what they're saying could even be true. And all they need is to accomplish that. And sure enough, it will be a success for them. They just want you to lose your faith in what you know to be true. And if you do that, then they're able to get away with all of this. Then the rolling blackouts in California, because, one of the richest places in the world, can't keep the electricity on. I guess it's not a great idea to run an economy on windmills and hope. This is what they don't want. You to look at what's going on in the country right now and make rational, reasonable judgments about which party has shock troops out in the streets, threatening people, screaming in people's faces, ruining their days. It's scary when a mob starts screaming at you and screaming curses at you. A normal American, a normal person is going to say, this is really unsettling. Look, it would be scary for me, be scary for any of us, because, you might think, well, Buck, I'll go punch them in the face. Well, first of all, if there's 50 of them, I don't care how tough you are, you're going to have a problem. And second of all, it's even in the reaction to this where you could get in the most trouble. It's you being caught on video screaming back in the face of a BLM protester. Oh, you'd say, but Buck, I would never, even use curses or any kind of improper language. Yeah, what are you going to do when they release a video of you trying to fight back and they say that you used a racial epithet? Oh, but Buck, I didn't do that. That's a lie. Exactly. They'll lie about you. They're going scorched earth. They don't care. There's no honor or decency in this movement. They want to control you, friend. And if they can't control you, they'll destroy you. Hey, Team Buck, thank you so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you like this video, please click that little thumbs up button so then it will log as liked. And also, if you want to see more great content from The First, please click subscribe.